It is Colin of Colin Can Help, and I have a fantastic episode for you today. This is my interview with Kent Archie. If you don't know about him, you soon will, because his career is taking off. That is N-O-F-F if you ask him. And we will talk more about that and other things, all about Kent Archie, coming soon. Check it out.
Get it all started officially. We are at Port Cleveland. We are with Kent Archie. He is a musician, he's an entertainer, he's an all-around good guy, world traveler, and I'm sure we got about 50 other thousand
little titles.
So let's just use that as a segue. Just give us a quick background. How did you get started? From the beginning.
I will say I'm not a musician yet, but I'm working on playing electric guitar.
Okay.
So, I mean, vocally I am a musician, but I did get started. I mean, ever since I was 8 years old, I've been rapping and freestyling. Kid you not, Cat in the Hat is what really made me like rhyming, because I'm like, yo, they telling a whole story that makes sense, and they keeping, you know, a rhyme scheme going. So that's how I started. My older sister reading Cat in the Hat to me, and then like just some older kids on my street. A dude named Chris, he's probably like 4 years older than me, but at that time, when you were a kid, he seemed like a grown up. He's like, yeah, you can rap, and I'm like, no, I don't know how to rap. He's like, yeah, it's easy, just rhyme.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I just had to rhyme without making sense, he said first, and then once you just get the flow of rhyming, then it makes sense later.
Right.
And then, you know, and it's just like what kids do in the neighborhood, freestyle, make beats on the table. And then when I felt like I wanted to do it seriously, I don't know, the first time I got on stage, I just knew like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Like this, I feel like a whole different person up there. Like I can just do whatever I want to do, say, and it's all cool. Like don't nobody argue about it. It's like, okay, that's what you're doing.
Right.
So your name is Kent Archie, but your logo is LS. What can you tell us about that?
So this LS on my chest is Laughing Stock.
Laughing Stock.
And it's L-A-F-E-N, but it's still a play off of like the actual word Laughing Stock. Pretty much like I feel like most of the people in the world who do anything in life or change anything in life, at first they're a laughing stock or a joke, or nobody take them serious, or they get shunned. And then it ain't until like the end they like, oh, I get it, or thanks for creating this. Right. For example, like I always say, like a dude who said he was gonna make the telephone or whatever. Like, you know how crazy that sounded to somebody that long ago? Like, you gonna call me from another room all the way down the street? Like, that's impossible. But once it started happening, then you know that advanced the whole society. So I feel like the people who are the laughing stocks are the game changers of the world. So that's kind of like the idea behind the group, because it was a group at first with my high school friend, but he ain't taking it serious as I did.
Right.
So
as most partnerships end up going.
Right. So then it was just like I stopped using laughing stock and just went by my name, and then maybe just like 3 years ago I was like, I'm gonna make it a brand then, because I like the way it sounds. I like the way it looked when you spell it, the logo. So I was like, I'm gonna just make it a.
You got the little like the one almost looks like a lightning bolt. And
yeah, well, like some people say it look like the Nazi general, the SS. Yeah, I'm like, you pushing it, but all right.
I mean, like you'd have to go all the way down.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I guess I see it. But I don't know, just when people, and that's another cool thing too, when people see it, they don't know what it is and like it. And that's all right, I got something here, I gotta develop on this. So.
Did you develop that logo yourself?
Yeah, I was just like making different sketches, going, and then like I'm not the best drawer anymore. I used to draw when I was a kid, but I had a friend who do like, you know, design and computer graphics.
Right.
So I was like, yo, this is the pencil paper drawing I got, make that look real, or make it look like a logo, or make it. And so he put it together after a few sketches, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want, and that was that.
Gotcha. And how long ago was that? That was high school?
No, yeah, laughing stock, like that idea was in high school. The actual like making the shirts and the brand was like 3 years ago.
And you're how old now?
Right now I'm 34.
34?
I just turned 34 January 28th.
There you go. Happy belated.
Thank you. And everybody think I'm like,
present.
right.
No, we're a little bit late. But
I get away with it. Everybody think I'm 26 or something, or 25. And like,
I was guessing about 30. I put
30.
You
All right,
cool.
30.
So that's the middle between 26 and 30.
Yeah, right.
I'm usually like almost spot on, not having to give you that carnival prize, but sometimes I'm a little.
But if we was at Cedar Point, I'd win a little teddy bear.
No, I think you might have got like the medium teddy bear.
Oh yeah.
I was like 4 off.
Right.
I was fucked up. So you're 34 now. You started in high school, so you've been essentially making music for 20 years.
Yeah, just about. Like I would say, I've been doing it for fun for 10 years, and then the last 10 years I've been like trying to take it serious and go hard with it.
Gotcha. And you are a vocalist. You are writing all your own stuff. Yeah. Are you making beats yourself? How do you end up doing that part?
So the beat, a lot of times I like to just deal with one person for projects, kind of like how they used to do back in the early days of hip hop. It's like the producer and the rapper. because I just feel like you create a vibe with it. Versus, I mean, and I don't mind doing different producers and stuff. Like on my last project, it's majority one artist or one producer. And if it fit the album, I throw that in there. But for the most part, I like working with one guy so you can catch a vibe.
Right.
But I only made 2 tracks on my last album, which was 7 to 7 and Heart Can't Take It. And with the help of Go Roger, he a dope Cleveland artist too. And
he was at your show in
he was at a couple shows. He was at the album release and a few before that. But he just so caught up in his work and what he doing because he worked with other artists and he trying to put a project together. So he can't make it all the time to the shows. But he just a real dope guy as far as like my problem is I don't know where everything is. I just know what I want to hear and what sounds I want. So we'll just sit there and he'll go through all the snares. All right. And I'm like, all right, that one. Then he'd give me on the keypads and I start making the rhythm to it. But for the most part, I got like producers making majority of the musical side of the albums.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on podcast number 2 with Chevy Gang Cass. He was one of those, a buddy of mine, he's a musical engineer / rapper. And he's like, I wanted to make beats, I started playing with Fruity Loops. And you know, when I realized that there's I was like, I can't do that. There's too many things to pick from. I'm going to give it to that guy that just knows how to do it, knows how to check it, and let them do it.
Like, why not? Because I mean, that's what they do. They don't want to rap. They don't want to sing. They just want to create music. So it's like, all right, that's what you more passionate about. So I was like, all right, just hop on your tracks and try to put the best lyrics to it.
So it kind of sounds like you like to be involved in it, but you don't want full control of it. You kind of like to give them the blueprint of this is the sound in my head, this is the rhythm I'm trying to go, and by keeping that same producer, you're just keeping that continuous feel for a project.
Right, exactly. That's more important to me because it's like I can go around and make different little tracks all over, and just for I don't know. I just get real. It's more personal for me. So when I want to create a vibe or some kind of feeling in the album, I know. And then if I like a guy's beat, I know he can like transfer it to other sides, and we just got a dope project going on where it's creating like a whole world. That's kind of what I go for every time I make an album, is creating this world. Like Thoughts in My Head was me like taking my inner thoughts and just saying what I was feeling, regardless if it's like love, sex, anger, frustration, and try to create that kind of vibe in the world. So with this new project I got called DTYA, it's an acronym for Deaf to You All. I'm working with motherfucking remix of Bang Messiah, and that's how he prefer you say his name. It's just like
he wants it all the way.
He wanted just
no
like that.
Right.
And I call him the OG because like he probably like 10 years older than me, but he got so much music culture, and like I felt like I knew a lot, and then when I tell him something like you don't know this, and I'm learning this like I'm in a college class or something.
Right. And that's the best type of college class.
Yeah. Right.
It's not sitting down and you're like, this guy is wearing a shirt and tie.
Right. Giving me a lecture on the
trying to tell me about rhythm and everything else, and you're like, why would I trust this?
Yeah. Like this just don't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. But if it's in the studio, I'm the same way. Like I hate to read books. Like, I was just in a business meeting the other day, and he's like, I want you to read these books and blah blah blah. I'm like, I could read these. These are fine. But I want to read a novel. It puts me to bed. But like if I could learn from somebody and take the perspectives of them and put it towards what I'm doing, like what you're saying, where if you could just sit down in the studio with somebody that's been doing it for 10 years and just shut up. And just all right, let me watch. All right, what do you do? Like, I didn't even think about setting something up like that, or same like with what we were doing.
Exactly. That's a cool thing too when they say like if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get out the room fast. Like so, it's like you always want to keep learning with other people. You said about reading, like I can't. So for the longest I was like, I hate reading, I can't stand reading, and that was only because what I was getting told to read in school.
Right.
I realized I don't hate reading. I just hate reading the stuff they telling me to read.
Absolutely.
And now it's time I think like 2 years ago I was like, all right, I'm about to just make it a thing to read the X amount of books this year. And I realized, okay, I do enjoy reading. It's just that I got to pick what I'm looking for.
Exactly.
So last year, I think I read probably like 8 books last year, and then I fell off this year. But I've been writing.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. So man. The new project, Deaf to You All. Can't explain it. It's like a punkish feel to it.
Gotcha.
Like rock, rap. I mean, don't think it's like all rock. It's just that the attitude. It's a punk attitude.
Kind of grunge feel to it.
Yeah. Like real rough around the edges, real political. Like the last project was like me just reflecting on my things in life, and now this is me just saying what I see going around.
Gotcha.
So I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. I feel like every time I make a new project, I get better. And that's the reason I never stop. Like I put a CD in from like 6 years ago, and I was like, yo, I suck. Like I thought I was the rawest dude back then, which was cool, And now that I'm just different rhyme schemes, different sounds, and different producers bring out different like flows in me. Because I just don't rap the same way every time. Sometimes the track inspired me to write a certain way, or even have a certain subject. Like, and then sometimes a lot of producers will want to take your verse and put it to a new beat. Like, oh, I got this new beat now. We gonna just switch your whole verse. I'm like, no, I don't do that. That's weird. Like, give me the new beat and I'll write to it. I'd rather do that because it just don't feel right. It's like it lose something. I wrote for that emotion and that vibe. So, but yeah, I'm excited about this new project.
We'll get to that in just a little bit. Let's run it back a little bit and something that not everybody's going to know about you. You're from Cleveland originally, right? But where else have you lived in your 34 years?
I mainly lived in Romania, Bucharest, Romania, the capital.
Gotcha.
But I've been like just jumping around. I lived like 5 months in Vienna for a little bit. Then I got friends in Bulgaria that I met at Giaga Lake from a what's that called? Like a travel program that the different like foreign kids come in. Work and travel. Yeah, work and travel.
Gotcha.
So I met kids from Bulgaria, so I be kicking in Bulgaria sometimes. I got like best friends in Bulgaria.
Do you speak any of those other languages?
I speak a little bit of Romanian. Not for real. My friends laugh at me when I say I speak Romanian, but I mean I do pretty good. I can hop in a taxi and tell them in Romanian like where I need to go, which way to turn, da da da. But I speak a little Romanian.
And that was love that took you there, right?
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend is why I moved to Romania. Bulgaria is right next to Romania, like south, so I just shoot down there and meet friends.
Gotcha.
But every 3 months I had to cross the border so that they didn't notice that I was overstaying my tourist visa. So like every time I looked like I stamped. So one time I crossed the border and dude was looking at me like, who taught you how to do this? And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, every 3 months you leave, like somebody told you this. I'm like, no, I got friends down there, I just meet. He knew I was lying, but they don't care. Like,
especially he's like,
He's like,
figured it out, buddy.
He's like, make sure when you go back, you apply for your residency there. And I'm like, all right, cool. But the reason I got caught last time, so I got kicked out of Romania. So my ex-girlfriend, she had a job training in Belgium. So I was like, all right, cool, I want to go. I'll come up there and visit you, whatever. And I had 2 events that was like right before I left and then right when I was going to come back. So I was like, I can't take the train no more because it's like a 14-hour train ride to get to Sofia. Yeah. So I'm like, Sofia, Bulgaria, I can't do it, so I got to leave from Bucharest. Hopefully they don't notice. Of course they did. They scan your passport. I'd just be so lucky that I could probably get away with this. What's that thing with Tom Hanks when he trying to catch the dude pretending he a pilot and stuff?
Was that Matchsticks Man? The one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. Something like that. I was trying to like finesse, but he caught me. And the crazy thing in Romania, you can pay bribes to people to get away with stuff, and it ain't like healthy. Like you can give somebody $50 like a cop, and you can get away with a traffic ticket. Nice. So I'm at thing talking to the guy like, hey, is there any way I can like, get out of this? Right. He's like, so you got the nationalists and the people who want to, like the nationalists who want to change all the corruption and the people who are doing the corrupt things. I had ran into the nationalist guy at the gate. He's like, nope, you can't do nothing. But you can leave for 6 months. You got a 6-month interdiction, and you got to pay $300 when you come back, which is the minimal though, because he could have been like 2 years, $2,000. So when I was leaving to go to Belgium, they kicked me out. Told me I couldn't come back for 6 months. I ain't been back since. Not because I just ain't had a reason to go back yet. But I love Romania. And so I was in Belgium for like a month. In Netherlands and moving around. Then I went home. And I met Big Sean at the airport when I went home. That was a funny thing, yeah. I was looking at him like, I know this guy from somewhere. But I'm not thinking about it. And then I ran into him and had a little conversation. He was cool though. Met his mom, dad, and little entourage, like people.
Did he know who you were?
Nah, he ain't know me.
Slack.
But you know what's funny though? He was interested in my story because he kept saying like, Romania? Romania though?
Cleveland to Romania?
He was making music, you from Cleveland? But you was making music in Romania? Man, Romania. Like, he just kept saying that. So I was like, if I ever run into the Big Sean again, I was just like, Romania? Remember Amsterdam? Oh yeah, that's you. Right. So yeah, that was funny.
And what's the difference in the music scene or making music, the production, like as a musician in America versus overseas? What's the difference in making it and promoting it?
To make sense, so Romania is like, well, currently they kind of caught up to our hip hop style, but majority of people like old school hip hop.
Okay.
Like from 80s and up.
Gotcha.
Like, but the biggest sound is like the West Coast, Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang. Like that era is the biggest for them, only because there was a communist country with a dictator who got killed, and that was like '89. So everything was just in-house,
Gotcha.
you know? And then once that failed and stuff started getting exported into the
first
country,
couple things that came out,
yeah, it was
stuff.
West Coast, Snoop Dogg, beef with Biggie, Tupac, and that's what they got first as far as the hip-hop side.
That's not a bad thing to get started with.
Right, it ain't. So that's why they really into that. So you hear a lot of, like, they got a lot of, like, West Coast beats and boom bap, they like that kind of stuff. Just recently they start getting into, like, a new kind of style of the, like, trap rap style.
Right.
It is like 2 big groups over there that's doing that, but making music over there, it was cool, man. It was also cool. Like I had since I was an American guy, making music, I was more appealing. Like, whoa, you like really from America,
right,
rapping. So people was like listening to me a lot more, like just respecting what I had to say, or like, oh, it's coming straight from the source versus us doing it. So that was cool, but I had a different approach too, because I don't like just doing stuff the traditional way. I like want to push the bar. So I was mixing up Romanian sounds and old school music with my homie Jazz. We had a group called the Bridge Committee, and Jazz 8, he was an actor, but he also did music. So me and him just like, all right, let's make some raw stuff. Let's fuse Romanian American culture with the sounds and the beats, and just come up with some dope shit. So that's how it was, and it was crazy because we was on the up and up, and like things was coming, and we made a video called "Fuck That," and I was like, everybody's like, "Oh, this video's so dope," and then I got kicked out, and it was like, oh man, like all that steam got built, and kind of just,
it's kind of like the Kevin Gates of Romania.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be #1. Like, I guess I'm going away for 6 to 8 months.
Right.
I hope you guys remember me on the internet.
Right. So I still be getting like a lot of my buzz still be coming from Romania. Like when I look at it and like the likes or like seeing my streams, because when you look at like Spotify and stuff, you can see where all the streams come from, and a lot of it still come from Romania. So I got some fans that I guess I like made an impression on. They still listen to my stuff over here.
I mean, like you said though, they looked at you as the originator, one of those, like in the same way that us here we're looking at the other trends of we're looking to Paris for what they're wearing,
right, or whatever, martial arts in China, or
whatever's the hottest area in the area, you're looking for that. So that's why they gravitated your energy on stage, the connections you're making with people. It's not just, hey, I'm trying to make $100 right now. It's like, hey, let's make some cool stuff. And if we can put it out, we can put it out.
And that's my main concern. Like, of course I want to make money, but I'm not about to shortcut it just because that's how I am. I want to like really put dope material together. I'm not trying to like half-ass it or make a quick single to make some ringtone music type stuff. Like, I really care about what I'm saying. And first, my music creation is selfish because it's about me, kind of like therapy. Like I'm expressing myself and letting stuff out.
You're an artist.
Yeah, and then second, I hope you can relate to it, or I hope I can relate to you, because that's how I felt when I made music, or when I heard music. Like I listened to Biggie, Tupac, or Eminem. Like, oh, this person with all this fame and success is going through the same stuff I'm going through. So it make you feel less like alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you can relate to somebody. So and I feel like if I can make music and make somebody feel how I did when I was like growing up, like that's probably the icing on the cake for me. So
absolutely. And like what I like what you're saying, what ties into that is like with your music, you have a way of getting that trap sound, but you're talking about real shit. Like it's not just like I got money, cars, clothes, home. It's like I don't have money, I don't have cars, I don't have clothes. Let's talk about it.
Right. Like, I'm upset about that right now.
Right. Which like you're saying is people can relate to that. They're like, oh wait a minute, I've been evicted too.
Right.
Or, like, I used to sell coffee and I used to work at a hotel.
Right.
These things that I'm hearing, like I know this life. I can listen to this. I can bounce this in my head and understand it.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't beneficial to nobody to just tell one side of a story. Like, I mean, it is cool to have cool things. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Like,
absolutely.
And I'm gonna talk about those things, and I aspire to get those things. But I gotta tell you both sides of the story. I gotta tell you how I was like fucked up and struggling, and stuff wasn't working out. Because if I just give you this nice story, that's how I feel about like Instagram. Everybody putting up the best image of themselves and the prettiest pictures and flashing with the money, and you got these other people thinking that's what it really is. So they doing the weirdest things to get to that level when you're not even at that level. You're not even, you don't got it like that, and you like you just tricking people for real. And you probably more miserable than the person is, and everybody following this weird trend of like let's fake it till we make it kind of thing, and it's just detrimental. Like it don't help nobody. Like So yeah, that's why I gotta be like, look, this when you come to me, you're gonna get the real. I'm gonna tell you the BS of it. I'm gonna tell you the perks of it. I'm gonna let you know like what I went through when I had to go through that. You ain't gotta make that same choice, or you can go that way. Whatever you want to do, but I'm gonna just be honest with you and let you know what's up.
Absolutely, and like you said, the people relate to that, and it's the organic of that they're like, all right, let's keep listening, let's support him. The same reason why we're here today is one of those, like, you could tell that you're not, like you said, you're not trying to just put out a one thing and sell it and make $1 million and run away. You're out here trying to build the connections, build the things, and put out quality. And not too many people are doing that. So that's where you're going to get ahead. And like you touched on a really good thing with Instagram. Everybody is putting out, you know, the best clothes and everything. Yeah. But if you put up a post of, I just ripped my pants while I was on stage, like, and just show like your boxers and shit, like people will be like, wow, he really went hard.
Right, he's a human.
Like, that happens to me too.
Right.
Like, I can relate to that. Or, you know, you get the people bouncing around in the crowd. They're like, that looks fun. I want to do it. Like before we came here, I was looking at a proposal for a company that sells, like if you're on tour and you just want your clothes delivered to the...
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Really good idea. But they're not selling it because they're selling it as clothes. They're trying to sell it as you can look like a model. They're not selling it as like, this is for everyday people that don't want to lug around a suitcase, that are only going to a funeral, that want to look good, you know, one of those things. Like if they were to, like we were saying before we came with those people, if they were just to show, you know, hey, this is somebody getting the actual thing at the check-in, or this is unboxing the dress and it's ready to go, pop it on, you would sell all of that. Right. But when you're trying to sell this glitzy, glamoury, everything, everybody's trying to sell that, and then you make it unobtainable. Right. But where if you put your music out for free, every time you put it out for free, people look at you like you're crazy, right? Yeah. You're like, how are you gonna make any money? Right. Like when they realize that you got 1,000 streams and 100 people want to come to the show right now, you could at that point dictate what you want for the show. You're making your money, you're selling your merch, you're every other way, and you're getting your image across, and you're not tainting your image. Exactly. You're not selling your image, so your image is you. And you're doing a fantastic job with that. So how can other people do that as you're doing that to stay true to themselves and not worry about the monetary initially?
I feel like the answer was in the question, you know? Like, you just gotta stay true to yourself, like, and that's another thing too, like, somebody told me the other day, like, yo, be honest about this. Like, if you're just trying to make money, like, say that. Like, but if you're trying to say the community, say that. But the way you come, like, honesty is everything. For example, like, in a relationship, right? In the beginning, everybody try to show their best image. Like we talking about the whole Instagram thing. Right. If you just came out the gate on some, this is what I am, this is what I want to do, I like wearing, you know, whatever, and not trying to impress somebody for what you think they want to see or what you think like, the image society put out, the relationship might end, but you just like got away from 2 or 3 years of like heartache, pain, frustration, arguments, because you just kept it real out the gate. If you keep it real out the gate, you're gonna run into somebody who into the same thing you into, and then y'all cool. It's like, oh, I like this too, or I like doing this too. Like, I don't know, just this fake image thing don't last long. It's hard to keep it. It's like keeping a lie going. You gotta keep telling a lie over and over to the point where you like Little Bow Wow and you paying people to pretend that you're fans and they trying to chase you down for an autograph. Like, that's gonna get exposed somehow. Like,
and that's gonna kill you as a person.
Yeah, nobody like, trusts you no more.
I gotta pay people to chase me down. Like, I'm literally paying people to chase me down. Right. Or, you know, like, I like the artistic angle, like a Rick Ross, what he did of trying to build on that persona, but like, you're not Freeway Ricky Ross. That guy's in jail because he was a kingpin. Right. You are a hell of an entertainer, but sell yourself as a different thing. Sell yourself as the entertainer, Ricky Ross. Like, don't try to be like, I'm out here moving kilos if you're not moving kilos.
Right. And if you out here moving kilos, you're not talking about moving kilos. Like, that's why I'm just like, yo, they not doing this stuff. Like, it's probably a handful of people, but they not like superstars. You know what I'm saying? And then when they finally make it, they're not trying to do that no more. So it's just like, you got to keep it real. That stuff catch up to you at the end of the day. Like, and for me, it's just like whatever helped me sleep at night. Like, I can't go to sleep knowing I'm doing something fake or doing something that's against my morals or something like that. Some people don't feel like that. They can move all kinds of ways. You know? At least that's what it seemed like. I don't know honestly how they feel.
Yeah, they don't know. You don't know how at the end of the night they're really going to bed. Right. Maybe they just made enough to get that a nice enough plank to put them to sleep. Right. Exactly. Whatever they need to do.
It's funny how I can't do it without the beat. I know what line you're talking about.
Just so you know.
Cool, that's been good. Let's go.
So, the first one, we'll go with the easiest one first. Right. I'm going to call this one the lyric test. Okay. The easiest part of this segment, everything is your shit. Okay. I wanted to throw something
I don't know why I'm nervous about my own stuff. I got the answers and I'm nervous about the test, but go ahead.
Right, you wrote the test. I went through your iTunes list and kind of a couple songs I kept bobbing my head to or different things. I pulled out between 1 and 4 lines of each song. All right, cool. That's what's going to make it hard.
All right, cool. This is going to be dope.
So we start with the longest one. What I want you to do is tell me
what song it is.
All
right, cool. Hey, this fun though.
Actually, let's go with this one. Now we're getting evicted. Pack up your shit with the quickness. Family divided.
Oh, that's Granddaddy Drink Moonshine.
So I'm gon' feed my family. Man, it ain't easy as it seems. Keep trying to chase these dreams, especially with my banking account telling me I got pending fees. Man, we ain't had shit growing up. Not a family business slowing up, and the bills won't stop showing up. We don't say shit, so we low as fuck. So now we getting evicted. Pack up your shit with the quickness. Family divided and split it. Half is a shaker, we over on.
Check. First one, easy to go. Please don't test my G, cause I'll rock you Freddie Mercury.
Oh, that's Shauna.
Boom.
Hey, but people slow on that line though.
Right?
I can only be me. Please don't test my G, cause I will rock you Freddie Mercury. I'm paying the price because shit ain't for free. They wanna light me up like I'm Houdini, but I got the key. I'm working this magic, you wanna come see. I got this shit down to a T, nothing fancy, just
this one. Fuck all this opening to closing shit. Just take the shipment across the border.
Oh yeah, that's oh Lord.
There you go.
Have you heard my dad version of it?
It's
yes. Standing up here. Yes. Standing right here. Yes.
down on hard times, got me sleeping on flows and shit. Losing my mind, and I think my people notice it. Working 2 jobs, but a nigga still broke as shit. I know ones with marijuana, heroin, and coke to flip. Fuck all of this opening and closing shit. Just go take a shipment, cross the border quick. That'll get my pockets fixed. Little bro won't worry about no scholarships. Walk around the campus with some confidence. Everything be good like some cheesy grits.
Letting you know that I love you, Bart. Yeah, yes. Yeah, yes. Standing up here.
Yo, so I told my dad to come to the studio because my dad, all
he
my
also
like,
comes to shows with you.
yeah, he comes to shows, he comes to stage. All my like stage presence and charisma, like I get that from him. Like my hard work and drive is from my mom, but just this like crazy guy just doing his thing. That's my dad. He used to DJ, so my dad used to do drugs, whatever. So I talk about it in the songs. So he was a recovering addict. So going to these like NA events, it was like sober bars. So no alcohol, because they say that might lead into other things. So all his like NA family, we went to this little spot down on Euclid in East Cleveland. Superior. And he was the DJ because he had the most music. So he wasn't like a real DJ turntables, but he just had all the music and he played track after track. So Insane in the Membrane by Cypress Hill came on one time, and he just started doing this weird thing, like yeah. So we were like, what the hell? All his friends like laughing, like yo. So and then they just kept telling him to do it every time they had the parties. So that went to the house, and then and we was like, so since it was a sober bar, kids was there. So I'm like 8, 10, 11 going to these sober bars, and so families from out of town would come because every Thanksgiving we go to a different city, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland. That's where most of our family at. So when they had come to Cleveland, and my dad played a song, and we started doing this dance, they like, what the hell wrong with y'all? What's going on? But then it became a thing.
Right.
Never in my mind did I ever think to do it on stage until like last year. Because it just was like, this is one of the things you don't think about. Like, oh, we got bananas here in Brazil. Okay, you don't like if they just stop exporting stuff, we ain't got bananas, oranges. We ain't got a lot of stuff no more.
Absolutely.
So you don't think about that kind of stuff. But just to end that story, he come to the studio, so he ran himself over with his van. That's a true story.
Was he trying to like ghost ride or?
No, no. So like, okay, so he got Parkinson's, right? So he moving slower now. So, but he thinking in his head he can still move how he usually moves. It's not like that. So he went to put his car in park, but didn't do it right, and opened the door to try to go get some bread because they made hot dogs and they ain't had no more buns. And like when he thought the car was in park. He get the door open, when he like hop out to get to the ground, it moved and it rolled back. So the door was still open and then knock him down, but he thinking he's still fast. I'm gonna just jump in and hit the brakes. He couldn't move that fast. Knock him down, roll over his one leg, and then roll on his leg and like on top of his other knee. So now he just done it in that part. If you hear the part in the his version of Oh Lord, he gonna like yada 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 yada. He said I was just on the ground screaming like saying like somebody get this car off of me. Crazy enough, one of my cousins that we ain't seen in 10 years parked right next to him. Pulled back and was like, Uncle Ralph? And then he was like, yeah, get this fucking car. So he hopped in the car. He's like, I can't, it won't go backwards. He's like, well, you got to go forward. So now I got to go back over your other leg. And then, so it was all bad. So I'm like, yo, come in the studio and do this. And he just started freestyling what happened to him.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, oh, I guess that's why I got some of my rap style, bro. Like,
there's the bonus track.
Right. He just freestyled like straight, no stop, no takes. It's just right there and that was it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was dope.
That's awesome.
Letting you know that I love you, Bart. Yeah, yes, yeah, yes. Standing up here, yes. Standing right here, yes.
Another segment I want to try out is called name dropping.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to drop a name of somebody you've either been on the same ticket with or done a song with or somewhere your name is tied to these people.
Okay, cool.
And I want either just like either a one word or a quick, like whatever the first thought, either no matter how full the thought is.
All right, cool.
See,
I hope I don't feel like I don't know who that is.
See, I'm glad that. Let's start with how I got introduced to you, Token.
It's funny about Token, because when I thought I was opening up for somebody, I thought I was opening up, not because they sound the same, I thought it was NF. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
I thought my homie said NF. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm opening up for NF. And then he showed me like, no, I ain't say that, I said Token. I was like, you said NF. He's like, oh, Token. So I checked Token out and I was like, yo, this dude raw. Like just witty, fast with the words, like opposite of what everything going on right now with the slow trap, rap, and the slower style. And he can rap for real. So when I was telling everybody, like, yo, I'm opening up for Token, who's that? He can rap, like he raw,
right.
Like he ain't just. I've been opening up for other people who I felt like, all right, that guy, whatever.
There's a bunch of like 10-year-olds at the show for him too.
Yeah. I talked to like an 8-year-old girl who came from like Indiana or something.
Yeah, we moved her up to the front row. that was my dude.
Okay, cool.
We saw her in the back, and I was one of those. I think it was you or one of the guys was one of the like calling out age type things, and we were like, you know, 10? Push you up,
right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can't take them to the show and not let them get the.
And the crazy part about that is, that was her first show. That was a dope first show to be at. Absolutely. Especially like if Token her artist right now,
right?
Like
because I mean he went like right down and performed to her multiple.
Right, that's it. So it's crazy. I talked to one of his the lights and sound guy, and he was telling me like, yo, yeah, I discovered him because the Hobson came to his city. Gotcha. Did a show and he opened up for Hobson. He was like, yeah, so that's how I discovered him. And they was telling me like, yo, you was a dope opener. Like we ain't had a good opener since. He was like, so maybe we'll link up again. I'm like, all right, just let me know.
That's that calling card.
Right, exactly. So if it happened the same way it happened for him, I don't mind that.
You're like, I don't care who I'm opening for. I'm gonna put on the show and it's gonna go.
I'm just do my thing every time I go.
Nice.
So next?
The next one, let's go with Tourette Roulette.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's a name not too many people know about.
But they fly, man. They like.
It's an interesting sound.
It's a Romanian band, yeah. And they do funk style, like electric funk. I guess that's how you explain it. But them the homies like, I got a song with them that I haven't put out yet, and I don't know. It ain't nothing like I made before, but it's super dope. And I think I'm gonna say that for my next project, or just drop it like as a single. But it's called Magic. But they call it something else. But I'm gonna spice it up. But they fly. I like Roulette to Red fly.
Are there any of their songs that somebody needs to know about? If there's one that's not with you, what's one song of theirs that everybody needs to know about?
Funk Strike Back is dope. That's the song I did with them. And then it's funny because I don't know the names of songs. I just play them and listen to them. But check out all of their stuff, man. They just set a dope vibe. And then they just all play live instruments, and that's the rawest part about them. Like we had just had jam sessions and just make up stuff. Like when I was in Bucharest, we were supposed, right before I got kicked out, we were supposed to do this big show where it was like the Bridge Committee and like versus Roulette Tourette. I can never say it right. Roulette Tourette.
That's it.
Tourette Roulette.
Roulette.
Yeah. And we was doing this mashup thing, and it was so dope. And I was like, I felt bad because we couldn't do it because I wasn't there. But yeah, they dope. Check them out. Romanian groups.
Let's go with another funny name and see if we can get this one. Les Elephants Bizarres.
So Les Elephant Bizarre.
The
bass player in Tourette Roulette is in Les Elephant Bizarre. So they all kind of connect. Cause it's another group that was called Violent Monkeys, and he was also the bass player.
They got some great names over there.
Yeah, they do. It's crazy. You know why they got great names? They're not thinking about it the way we think about it. Like certain names mean something else. To them, they just like, whatever, it sounds good. Let's throw that on there.
Right.
So Les Elephant Bizarre another dope group. I did 2 songs with them, and I'm trying to think of one of their songs I like a lot. It's from their like first album when I was over there. I can't think of the name of it or the name of that album. But I don't know. Just check out their stuff. Like,
Check them all
what I
out.
like, you might not like, but yeah.
One of the most different songs that I think that you've made. Let's get first thought on Alexandra Stan.
Oh yeah, so Alexander Stan, the homie who made a track called "Feeling," produced music for Alexander Stan sometimes. A few tracks. He ain't our main producer. She needed a rapper on a song, and then he was like, "Yo, Kent Archie dope. You should work with him. He used to stay in Romania." So she checked me out like, "Yeah, I like it. See what you can do." So for that song, I wrote like half of the lyrics, like her lyrics too, because she didn't have.
Nice.
She was sending me music just with the like not
melody,
working, just like mumbling and stuff like that. So give me a vibe of what she wants. So I just wrote to that, and then some of her writers added some more, took some stuff out, and then used some of the stuff I had. So I like wrote a lot to that, and I was proud of that because that was me writing something not for me,
Right.
not in the genre I usually
Right.
do.
Full creativity.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, let's go, because I know I can write. So let me just. How would I write that from this perspective?
Right.
So Alexandra Stan dope. She like a big superstar in Romania, and actually not just Romania. Like she known around the world. Like I think that album release was in Japan that she did.
Nice.
So I had like Japanese people hit me up like, "Oh, Kent Archie, I like your song." I'm like, "All right, cool. That's what's up." Yeah. Okay, so Go Roger is half Japanese, half Austrian.
I'm glad you said that because the next one on the list is Go Roger.
They only sold the CD in like the whole whatever. It was all marketed in Japan. At that time, he was in Japan. So I'm like, yo, if you go to a CD shop, please look for Alexander thing, da-da-da-da-da. He brought me back the CD, the little poster thing. I ain't opened none of it yet. I'm gonna probably put it up somewhere in a frame. And I was like seeing my name on the back of the CD with the credits and everything. And it was just dope. And I'm like, all right, cool. And it was just perfect timing that he was there for that 2 weeks and then was able to bring the stuff back.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Alexander Stan, she cool, she dope. Sexy, fly, she do her thing. She make like, she was more pop artist then. She had a song here you might know, Saxo Beat. If you heard it, you would know it. They played it in Barley House and everywhere on West 6. That was her big American hit.
Roger was next, yeah.
Yeah, Garager is the homie. He's super creative, super crazy. I don't know, I love that dude. He helped me so much with my last. Like I wouldn't have been able to put out my last album without Roger.
Gotcha.
Like he just was like, his schedule was crazy. Working 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs. We only had time to record from like midnight to 4 in the morning every time. And it was like, all right, fuck it, let's bang it out, let's go.
Right.
He's like, because he just believed in me. He's like, come on, like I want you to finish your album. He put his album on the side just so I can finish my album. And yeah, like that's the homie. Like he in a little spot right now. I'm trying to get him out of his funk, but he gonna be cool. But he's like amazing, like beat maker, putting stuff together, like more than he think. Like yeah, dope. And he masked up all the time. You don't know what his face looks like. So that's his thing. But crazy Japanese dude, long hair, masked up, short. You gotta listen to his music. He put an album out, a project out called. So it's Pussy EP, but he just wrote it like so that it sound like that. It ain't the actual, vagina. It's PC something EP, and it's all conversations with people he know with beats behind them.
Nice.
So he talking to kids about their dreams, or he talking to this one crazy friend who always get drunk telling crazy stories about his dad.
Nice.
So check that out when
Definitely.
you got time.
So I'm gon' feed my family. Man, it ain't easy as it seems. Keep trying to chase these dreams, especially with my banking account telling me I got pending fees. Man, we ain't had shit growing up. Not a family business slowing up, and the bills won't stop showing up. We don't say shit, so we low as fuck. So now we getting evicted. Pack up your shit with the quickness. Family divided is split.